Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about my top pregnancy lifesavers. These have been the things that have really helped me make it through this pregnancy, and I highly recommend them to all pregnant women. The first number one thing is my maternity pillow. I cannot believe I waited until my third and most likely last pregnancy to buy a maternity pillow, because this thing has been a godsend. It has been so incredible. I love my maternity pillow, and I would pay for it 10 times over. It has made sleeping so much easier, just being in bed so much more comfortable, and I don't have to use a million pillows to prop myself up during the night, and I can roll over from side to side with no problems. The second thing that I want to talk about is heartburn. So this pregnancy especially, my heartburn has been horrible, and I have been reaching for what I normally did in my last two pregnancies, which is to take a digestive enzyme. So there's lots of different kinds of digestive enzymes, and you can look them up and see what's right for you and talk to your OB or midwife and see what they recommend. But for this pregnancy, I've been doing the original papaya enzymes, which I'm very familiar with, and I've used a lot in the past. Papaya is full of really powerful digestive enzymes and is all natural. I also have these Garden of Life digestive enzymes, which just has a whole bunch of different organic fruits and vegetables and then added enzymes. I have been chewing some of those after every meal. Now, I have been having heartburn even when I don't eat anything, and it has been so bad this pregnancy that I was considering using Tums, which is something that I've never used in the past, and I don't really want to use because I know that typically heartburn is caused by a lack of acid, actually, rather than an overproduction of acid. And so I don't want to dull the stomach acid while I'm trying to digest my food. But like I said, I've been having a lot of heartburn even when I'm not eating anything. And so I did find these more natural acid rescue. They're by Country Life, and I just really like the ingredients in these better than in Tums. There's no artificial colorings or sweeteners, and they are talc-free and cornstarch-free, which I really love. I do try to save these for when I'm not eating anything so that they're not disrupting my stomach acid, helping my digestion, but just when I'm having really bad heartburn and I'm just sitting there, I have really appreciated having these. Another thing that I've been loving is my magnesium spray and magnesium lotion. They're both by the company Life Flow, and I've used magnesium oil spray for a long time because I read that magnesium is better absorbed transdermally than orally, and plus when I've taken some magnesium supplements it's upset my stomach. But during pregnancy I've really come to love this magnesium lotion. It has an amazing vanilla smell to it that I really like, and I don't typically use lotions, but I've been using this on my stomach and on my legs. Magnesium is great to relieve cramping, and also typically magnesium deficiency is pretty widespread, and so I like having that way to supplement magnesium, which is really great for calcium absorption, and it's really great for your sleep and for stress reduction. And so I find this to be a really great dual product, so that I'm getting magnesium but I'm also moisturizing my skin. This pregnancy I have been loving my pregnancy tea and red raspberry leaf tea from Traditional Medicinals. At the beginning of my pregnancy I could not even stand the thought of coffee, which is so not like me, but I switched over to these teas with lemon and honey, and I have been drinking them non-stop all pregnancy. Now some people will tell you not to drink red raspberry leaf until you get to around 32 weeks or so, but I've always drank red raspberry leaf tea even in the first trimester. I don't see any reason not to, but again, that's up to your comfort level, and I would recommend that you talk to your doctor about that. I think that red raspberry leaf tea is a great thing to be drinking during pregnancy because not only is it known to help tone your uterus, which helps you to have more effective contractions when the time comes, but it's also full of vitamins and minerals that every pregnant woman needs, like vitamin A, the B vitamins, selenium, manganese, magnesium, like we already talked about, and it's just a really, really nutrient-rich herb. I also really like red raspberry leaf tea because it just tastes like a decaffeinated black tea, and therefore I think it makes a really great base for a hot tea with lemon and honey or an iced tea. The next thing I want to talk about are these Well Patch migraine and headache strips. So now I don't deal with migraines, but an occasional headache, like I said, I don't like to take ibuprofen or acetaminophen, and so typically I'll use the essential oils, lavender and peppermint, like I talked about in my essential oil video. But the last time that I was visiting my family, my brother gave me these because he had them laying around and I had a headache, and it worked surprisingly well. I didn't really expect it to do anything, but now I'm all about them. Now, it doesn't make your headache 100% go away, but if you are not going to take over-the-counter pain relievers, it really, really takes the edge off. It just gives a nice cooling and kind of numbing sensation to your head, and I have found it really, really helps with the occasional headache. Another thing I use when I'm pregnant is nose strips. So I don't typically use nose strips when I'm not pregnant, but when I am pregnant, I seem to deal with more allergies and sinus issues. And since there's not a lot of things that you can take when you're pregnant, I love these nose strips for sleeping. It really makes a difference for me. And it's just a great non-medicated way to get a little bit of an easier night's sleep if you're dealing with any kind of congestion. And the last thing I wanted to talk about are apps for your phone. So like I talked about in one of my pregnancy updates, I've really been trying to meditate on a more frequent basis. And I typically like to listen to guided meditations. So there's two apps that I have found that have specifically pregnancy geared meditations. The first is an app that my midwife recommended called Expectful. And it's really nice because they give you different meditations for every trimester, and each meditation has a choice of a 10 or 20-minute meditation. The only thing I don't love about this app is that it costs money. They give you a free 7-day trial, but then after that it costs $7.99 a month, which is a little bit steep for me. So I looked around for something else and I found this app called Mind the Bump. And they are absolutely free, and they also have guided meditations for all your trimesters and all the way to 24 months after your baby is born. I really, really appreciate having specific meditations for pregnancy because it helps me to remember to connect with the baby as well as prepare to be able to relax through labor. All right, and those are my top pregnancy must-have. Let me know in the comments below what your pregnancy must-have is. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would love to have you hit that subscribe button down below. And I will see you guys next time.